Donald Trump is panicking as the reddest districts in the reddest states are turning blue. This hasn't been a fluke that we've been reporting about on the MeidasTouch network now for the past 12, 13 months with these special elections across the country where we've seen Democratic overperformances by 20%, 25%. The average overperformance is usually somewhere between 12 to 20% right now. We saw this most recently in those Florida House District and Senate District races. That one was a plus 11 Trump. The other was a plus 7 Trump. A Democrat won Trump's home district that will represent Mar-a-Lago. That was a plus 11 Trump district. And we're just hearing the sentiments across the country as people are livid at Donald Trump's cover-up of a child sex trafficking ring with the Epstein files, engaging in this unlawful war, ripping away people's health care. People see the Trump regime spending billions of dollars, at least billions of dollars every day, killing people with bombs in a war while ripping away people's health care and killing them here at home. And people are saying, what is this? As they can't afford anything and they are psychologically tortured if they are fortunate enough to have a paycheck to begin with, living paycheck to paycheck, being psychologically tortured. And lots of people can't find jobs right now. And Donald Trump and all the MAGAs are saying things are absolutely amazing. This is the banquet. They call 2026 your banquet and everything is so great. Let's just take a listen to what some voters have been saying. This Pennsylvania voter who backed Donald Trump 3 times now says that I'm an idiot. She says that she's an idiot. Here, play this clip.
If you could say something to President Trump and he was going to hear you right now, what would it be?
You're a worthless pile of
And you voted for him how many times?
3 times. That was my bad. Apparently, I'm an idiot.
She goes, apparently I'm an idiot. What about this Michigan Trump voter who says, I'm a fool? Play this clip.
I'm a fool, I guess.
Why so, Lindsay?
Well, the prices were down slightly for a short period of time, but currently where I'm at, prices have jumped $1. So for someone like me who's a working person, I mean, yeah, it's good for him to say who makes, $1 million a day or whatever, an hour. But on the other hand, it makes a very big difference to someone like me who has to fill in the gas tank every single week and go to work.
Then in one of the reddest states, in the reddest districts, represented by a guy by the name of Josh Turek, he sat down with some people there, and here's what they had to say. Let's play it.
Okay, I'll go ahead and be very, very political.
Good.
We could spend $1 billion a day to kill other people's kids in other countries. We could afford to spend some money on Iowa schools and Iowa health care.
It is two Americas now. It is the haves and the have-nots. Eroding the middle class, our rural communities, more and more people struggling, and we've got people in D.C. right now that are just looking out for the billionaires and special interest groups and large corporations.
Then you take a look at some of these latest polls. The latest Reuters Ipsos has Donald Trump's approval, 36%, 62% disapprove. On the issue of the economy, he's the worst in presidential history. And even at Biden's lowest polling on the economy, Trump is now significantly worse than that on the economy. Net negative 33 on the cost of living. Trump's a net negative 41, and his overall disapproval at 62%. Even when you look at white non-college men, a group that Donald Trump would always call like his core base, in March of 2025, it was plus 17. In December 2025, I mean, not all that long ago, plus 10. Right now, negative 4 against white non-college men. I want to bring in right now Josh Turek, state legislator over in Iowa, House District over there. That's the reddest in Iowa, House District 20. You are the Democrat, I should say, representing the reddest district that a Democrat is representing in Iowa, a district that Donald Trump has won. Every time you're winning as a Democrat, not only has Donald Trump won your same district, but he's won them by like just huge numbers, and you've been able to win that, which I think is significant because you're also running for the United States Senate seat in Iowa, which we'll talk about that as well. But you saw those videos. You know the state of Iowa just about as good as anybody. Talk to us about what you're seeing there. Are you seeing real changes there? Because we're seeing these special elections. What are you seeing, Josh?
Yeah, absolutely. First of all, thanks for having me. It's good to be back with you again. I represent the reddest district that is represented by a Democrat in Iowa. The two communities that I represent in the Iowa legislature, Carter Lake, Trump won by 18 points. In my hometown of Council Bluffs, he won by 10 points. Everything that you've been saying is exactly what we have been seeing and feeling everywhere that we're going all across the state. It doesn't matter, urban areas, rural areas, people are struggling. They are struggling just to keep food on the table, a roof above their head, and they're upset, and they're recognizing that we need change both at the state and the federal level. And there is something specific that is happening here in Iowa. You talk about the special elections, a Trump plus 25 district, we outright win. Trump plus 11 district, we win by 10 points. I've been saying that the stars have perfectly aligned here in Iowa. We are going to be the center of the political universe. This is the only state you're looking at being able to flip 3 congressional races. We can flip this open governor's race, and we can absolutely win this open U.S. Senate seat and change this country.
Right. I mean, every aspect of the lives of people who live in Iowa have come under attack. I mean, whether it is in healthcare, whether it's farmers, I mean, putting farmers through like a torture ritual, whether it's the trade war against the world, rising input costs, closing markets, bailouts, then fertilizer being halted on the Strait of Hormuz, not arriving even though purchase orders were made, new bailouts are needed. I mean, you've got that going on. And then Trump just goes, the farmers love me. The farmers love me. Throughout Donald Trump's career, if you want to call it that, he's run his businesses, in my opinion, like Ponzi's, and they've gone bankrupt over and over again, and people realize it. I feel like we've hit that moment where a lot of big promises are made for reasons that remain a bit unclear to me. People would continue to give this liar and lifelong con artist the benefit of the doubt. But it seems like with every Ponzi scheme, Iowa farmers, people, all right, pay up now. Okay, we're at the end of the line. Where are these things? And then it's like a war in Iran. What are you doing? Covering up the Epstein files? Huh? That's what I see happening. Is that similar to what you're seeing with the farmers?
Yeah, without a doubt. I mean, this is a state that has bottomed out. I mean, we are dead last for economic growth, 48th for personal income growth. We're closing healthcare centers all over the state. This is due to bad policy. Big, beautiful bill, cuts to Medicaid when 2 in 5 Iowans in the rural communities are on Medicaid. We're closing schools all over the state. We're the only state with a growing cancer rate. And now we lead the nation in farm foreclosures. And when you're going into these rural communities and you're talking to these farmers, they're telling you, I voted for Trump. I voted for Grassley. I voted for Ernst, but I've had enough. The state needs change. We lead the nation in farm foreclosures. And you're looking at now a situation because of bad tariff policy and also because of this unnecessary conflict in Iran, where you're looking at a situation where 30% of our farmers don't even have the fertilizer needed. And we're 2 months away here from planting season. I mean, we are moving towards an absolute farmageddon here in this state. And, like the farm crisis that we saw 40 years ago, where we lost half of our family farms, and these rural communities have been absolutely decimated. They've lost their pharmacies. They don't have grocery stores in these rural communities. Their schools have closed. Their healthcare centers have closed. And everywhere that we're going out in these rural Iowa communities, we're seeing the Trump signs, the Trump flags. They are down and they're saying, we need change. We need change at the federal level. We need change at the state level. And they're looking to someone like me with a genuineness and an authenticity. I'm the only one in this race that's not even a millionaire. And they're saying, we need someone like you, a genuine populist that is going to go up there and actually look out for Iowa and Iowans, and not just up there looking out for billionaires and large corporations.
To talk about the stakes of this race, I mean, for those who, don't remember, right, this was Joni Ernst's seat, and she was the one who said, we're all going to die anyway, so why does it matter if we suffer now, or words. And then she recorded a video of herself outside of a cemetery and then said, look, everyone's dead. And are they upset about, I was like, the most ridiculous video. Are they upset about getting their health care ripped away? Ha 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 ha. I was like, just the strangest stuff in the world. Talk to us about Iowa, the stakes, your message to the voters, and where people can learn more about your campaign.
Yeah, my message to the voters is that I'm a common sense prairie populist, and my message is out there is that we need a livable wage and affordable housing and affordable health care, addressing the cancer crisis that we're having in this state. We're the only state with a growing cancer rate, that we need to do something about the water quality crisis that we're having in this state. The stakes couldn't be higher. I mean, we're looking at a situation where we're seeing democracy eroded, the lack of checks and balances in place, and we're looking at a middle class that is being hollowed out, and it's happening here the most egregiously here in Iowa. We are dead last for economic growth. Everywhere that I'm going, people are struggling. They're struggling just to keep the lights on and food on the table. And we're looking at a situation where here in Iowa, I really believe to all of your listeners out there, this is the very best state to invest in. This is the only state where you're looking at being able to flip 3 of the 4 congressional races like we did in Trump's first midterm. We can win this open governor's race, and we can win this open U.S. Senate seat. We just got our first independent poll back on the race, shows myself and my Republican opponent, Ashley Hinson, tied. This is not a red state. This is a common sense state. This is a state that we had 3 of the 4 congressional races go our way during Trump's midterm. Traveling the state for the last 6 months, there is significantly more energy and desire for change right now. We can win this race, and we can win it with a candidate like me with proven results of being able to win in very, very red environments. I am battle tested, and I'm the only one in this primary that has even run against a Republican. I know that I can win, and this messaging can win. And the amazing opportunity that we've got here in Iowa is, I'm only here because of the work of a longtime senator, Senator Tom Harkin, the father of the American with Disabilities Act. And we really deserve here in Iowa to once again have a senator that is fighting for the people, fighting for Iowa and Iowans, fighting for social and economic justice, and not just looking out for billionaires and large corporations. That's the opportunity that we've got here in Iowa. If we can win here in Iowa, we can get to 51 in the U.S. Senate, and we can fundamentally not just change the state, but change this country. Those are the stakes.
Josh, where can people learn more about you again?
Yeah, they can learn about me. My website is Turek, Turek, the number 4. That was my basketball number, TurekForIowa.com. Please join us. I'm not taking any corporate PAC money. We are relying just off of individual donations. And so please join our effort. Help us push for change. We really can win this U.S. Senate seat and fundamentally change the state of Iowa and change this country. And
humble about that basketball number, 4-time Paralympian, 2 times gold medalist in wheelchair basketball. Incredible accomplishments there, and appreciate all you're doing, Josh.
Hey, before we go, I got one last thing to ask you. It's a special favor. My sister listens to you every single day. I told her that I was getting on with you. She's just gone through stage 2 breast cancer. She's just gone through a double mastectomy. And if you could give her a shout out, her name is Yulette. I know it would put a smile on her face, and it would mean a lot to her.
Yulette, we are grateful in the Meidas Mighty to have you. We wish you all of the best. And afterwards, Yulette, I'll give Josh my cell number, and give me a call, Yulette. I'd love to speak with you, and I'd love to hear your voice and hear your story. So from the bottom of all our heart, all the Meidas Mighty are rooting for you, and I look forward to talking to you over the phone as well.
Thank you, my friend. I appreciate that.
Everybody hit subscribe. Let's get to 7 million subscribers.
Want to stay plugged in? Become a subscriber to our Substack at MeidasPlus.com. You'll get daily recaps from Ron Filipkowski, ad-free episodes of our podcast, and more exclusive content only available at MeidasPlus.com.